Welcome to another video, and today we are playing the new deck Umi control with the boss monster Ocean Dragon Lord Kyaru Shin. While Umi's on the field, it basically goes and matches your opponent. They can only control one face-up non-water monster. That means if they have a dark monster on the field, they can't summon any more monsters, even if they would tribute the dark monster to get rid of it. So it is a pretty strong effect. Also, once per turn, you can add an Umi, Kyaru Shin spell trap, or a Sea Stealth spell trap from your deck to your hand. So it's pretty strong. Our opponent is playing Tri-Brigade Adventure. Adding a Mercure to hand. They're going to get their negate set up. We don't have any interaction on their turn, but that is a-okay, because Kyaru Shin is going to take care of all that for us, and you're going to see how resilient this deck is. And you know what? I've been just blown out of the water by this deck. It is way better than I expected it to be. Let's go. Back on our turn now. We want a way. If we can get Kyaru Shin on the board, they will be forced to sacrifice one of these two things. So if they don't use their negate, but by the time we get Kyaru Shin on board, they're out of the game. If one of these tokens or the Griffin Rider is on the field, when we have Ocean Dragon Lord on field, they will not be able to summon non-water monsters. They'll be completely locked out. So let's give it a shot. Let's try and bait out their negates. We know they have them. Opponent using Ash Blossom. Gonna negate our search for the Umi, but we already have Umi in hand, so that's not a problem at all. Let's activate Legendary Ocean from hand. Opponent gonna negate with the Griffin Rider. They clearly have a sense of fear over this deck, even though it's only existed for a few hours. But we are not stopped. We still got the Ice Jade. Now, I haven't seen people playing Ice Jades in this deck yet, but they should be. Ice Jade's amazing. Just special summon the Kyaru Shin, and this spell is Umi on the field. So we got an Umi, and we search for the Rage of Kyaru Shin, destroy his monster, and that zone is not usable. If you use this effect on a Link monster, they will not be able to Link summon until the end of their next turn. That means their whole turn, they won't be able to use that Link zone. That is going to be devastating. We're going to keep that in mind for the Link Festival. Now, I still don't know quite know what my cards do. I activated this effect during the battle phase to special summon the Ocean Dragon Lord from hand. It gets destroyed, goes to the graveyard. There are ways to abuse that, so keep that effect in mind for later. But I'm still learning the deck. This is my first game with it. Opponent activating a droplet, sending to the graveyard. So they are negating the effect of our Ocean Dragon Lord. They're going to be able to do some combos, but they just make a Salamangreat and pass to us. Now, I don't know what effects my opponent has. I know they have the Mercurier in hand, I think, but no, they used the Mercurier to Link Summon, so who knows what they're doing. Let's attack over that Almirage. Use the effect of the Ocean Dragon Lord to search the Sea Stealth attack. Activate an Umi from our graveyard. Get that Legendary Ocean online. Now we got two Umis. Opponent activating Brand of Fusion. We're going to let this happen. Keep in mind, opponent summons Albion. They can't summon any more monsters now. They control a non-water monster. Opponent activating Faithful Adventure. Gonna add that Griffin Rider hand. Discard a card. Discarding Psy-Frame Driver. But opponent can't attack us. If they attack, our Sea Stealth attack will destroy their monster, because Ocean Dragon Lord's original level is 5. Sea Stealth attack if your opponent attacks a water monster who's level 5 or higher. Just destroy that monster. So opponent's trapped. We draw Fish Sonar, and that's pretty great. Let's activate Search for the Mega Fortress Whale. That's going to let us attack directly. Ocean Dragon Lord can search for Kyaru Shin's Dark Realm. If our opponent destroys our monster, we can just special summon another one from the deck. Let's summon that Mega Fortress Whale in defense mode. Activate the effect of Sea Stealth attack. That banishes it, but returns it to the field at end of turn. That means it won't get destroyed by the effect of this Sea Stealth 2. So we just pulled our monster for free out of our hand. Let's attack Papa's monster. Get that whale back. Opponent setting a branded sword. Going to special summon tokens, but they can only summon one token because these tokens are dark. Opponent activating. Special summoning one token. Not as great as you think. Opponent forced to set, and opponent is done. They know they can't fight the Ocean Dragon Lord. Now, I think that was pretty sweet. Make sure to check out the end of the video. I'll have the full deck list that I'm running. But before you do that, let's check out another game. Be sure to let me know down in the comments if you think there's some changes I should make to this deck, if there's any cards I'm missing. We got another pretty solid hand here. Foolish Burial Goods is great in this deck, and I haven't seen people run it, but they should be. Foolish Burial lets you send an Ice Barrier to the deck, from the deck to the graveyard. Activate, Add any of your level 5 or higher water monsters to your hand. Kaijus, Kyarushins, the whale. Let's activate. Now we're summoning this with the Umi on field because this is a negate. When our opponent activates a monster effect or a spell card effect while Umi's on the field, we can negate that effect, make this card gain 600. So we got Legendary Ocean on field, we got Electric Jellyfish. Opponent activated Max C at the beginning of our turn, that's fine. At most, they're going to draw one card off this. If they try to activate anything else, Electric Jellyfish going to negate it. Let's activate the Jellyfish effect. Special summon the Ocean Dragon Lord by sending an Umi from our deck to the graveyard. We don't need to use our HH or more to special summon, if we don't have to. Now we're going to add a Sea Stealth attack to our hand with the Ocean Dragon Lord effect. Gotta make sure you toggle on. You want this to activate during your opponent's standby phase. If you wait, and opponent tries to remove it, you won't be able to respond in time. So make sure to activate this in the standby phase. There we go, activate in the standby phase. Opponent using Droplet, discarding 2 cards to negate our board. That's going to turn off our negate and turn off the effect of Kyarushин to stop our opponent from special summoning non-water monsters. Opponent activating Harpy's Feather Duster. We're going to use our Sea Stealth attack, save our Jellyfish. Kyarushин on the field will stop our opponent from attacking over us, because Sea Stealth attack is going to pop any monsters that attack. And Sea Stealth attack's first effect, once per turn banish a water monster, face up spell and traps this turn can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects. So we just banished our guy and saved our field spell and our Sea Stealth attack from being destroyed. Opponent activating Reinforcement of the Army, adding a Sky Striker ace to hand. We're going to max C now. That quick effect to special summon Sky Strikers will let us draw cards. Opponent thinks their attack is greater. They don't know Sea Stealth attack. Their monster gets destroyed. They're activating Sky Striker maneuver. We're going to pop our Kyarushин and try and pop our Legendary Ocean, but you can't pop it. It's protected for the entire turn. Let's get our Jellyfish back. Summon that Trinola. We don't even need to special summon. Its level is reduced to 4. Attack our opponent directly. Dark Realms will let us summon an Umi and another Kyarushин from the deck. And opponent is done. They know the writing's on the wall. Umi control is the way to go. Alright, let's do another game. Alright, let's go. We got the Jellyfish. We got Warrior of Atlantis now. I think the best play here is probably to make a rank 4. We could summon Jellyfish, or play the Legendary Ocean, summon a Jellyfish, summon another monster, but Legendary Ocean reducing the level actually a little annoying here. So we're going to try and make a rank 4. Opponent going to max C. I think making a rank 4 now, not worth it. We have to do too many steps, give our opponent too many cards. So we're just going to activate Umi, hold on with our 1 negate, set our Imperm, pass turn. Opponent's going now. Going to activate Twin Twisters. Now, we can negate with our Jellyfish, so we're going to do that. Don't want to lose our back row. Don't want to lose our Legendary Ocean. Opponent playing Brain Dead Numerons. They're going to activate Numeron Network. We're not dead here because we got that Imperm. Opponent summoning 4 Numerons. Going to battle. We're going to negate the effect. Monster's going to get popped and not going to boost the attack of all the Numerons. Opponent's still going to go all out. They will eventually kill our Jellyfish and deal a bunch of damage to us. Opponent, I'm not sure why they did that now. Maybe opponent doesn't know how math works. If they had done that first, then they would double their attack for the whole attack, and then you know, that would have been lethal. Opponent, what are you doing? Not knowing how to count. That's definitely a Numeron trait. Brain Dead. Opponent summoning a Megaclops, another Brain Dead card. Just summon it, unaffected by monster effects. Can't be destroyed by battle, except with an XC monster. Alright, well that's okay. Probably we can find a way around that. We got an Imperm. Now that is the way we can deal with this. We're gonna make a Zeus here. Use our Jellyfish. Special summon the Warrior Lance from hand. That's 2 level 3s. Make a Nightmare Shark. We're gonna detach a material attack directly. Make a Zeus. On our opponent's turn, we can negate the Infinitrax effect with our Imperm. Send everything to the graveyard. Now we gotta make sure our opponent doesn't have Numerons on field before we do it. So let's hope for the best here. And opponent top decking a Kaiju like some sort of amazing god. Numerons, as usual, annoying. But we still got 900 life points, and if we top deck Kyarushин, we still have a way out of this. Draw a Foolish Burial, and that is Karashin. We send Ice Barrier to the graveyard, activate, get Karashin into our hand, and we can search for a destroy effect, but opponent's last card is a Ghost Spell. We get negated. Alright, well, you know what? If we play a little differently, maybe Zeus in their standby phase, our opponents didn't have exactly the last card to negate our search effect, we would have won that, but, you know, you're not going to win every game, but that game was so close. That was so close. The power of this deck is very clear. Let's do one more game here. Alright, let's go. We got Jellyfish. We got 2 Ice Jade Tremoras. Let's special summon the Jellyfish. Summon a Tremora from hand, and this is probably not the best thing I could have done here. In the extra deck, I have some monsters I could have summoned. Could have made a level 8. We don't have Umi on the field, so we're just going to have to set Impermanent Pass here. Still learning the deck. I think there's some extra deck materials we could have used to make this a bit better. Opponent, using Magical Meltdown, we're going to Ash Blossom. Probably would have been better to keep that Tremora in hand as well. Opponent, activating a Branded Opening. Gonna special summon from the deck a Alubri to try and search for a Branded. We're gonna negate the effect to search with our Imperm. Hopefully our opponent can't get through our Jellyfish. And we're gonna hopefully top deck something good on our next turn. Alright, back to our turn here. Perfect. Draw the Ocean Dragon Lord. Let's normal summon Tributing. Activate the effect. Opponent gonna Ash Blossom. Now that is pretty awkward here. We could use the effect of our Jellyfish to special summon the Tremora and make a rank 5 XC. But when I had this deck, when I was still building at the time, there was no rank 5 XC. There is one in there now. So if you were in this position, you could special summon the Tremora, rank 5 XC, and that would give you some plays. But we don't have that in the deck right now, so just forced to hold our Dragon Lord on field. We don't have an Umi yet. We just gotta hope our opponent doesn't have a play on their turn here. We got no interaction. Opponent just setting a card. Alright, pass back to us. Again, we would have been able to make a rank 5 XC here. Opponent activate an Infirm, negating our effect to search. We don't quite have lethal even if we summon the Ice Jade Tremora here. So we're just forced to attack. Pass back to our opponent. Hope for the best. They got one more turn. We got Fade one more turn here. And opponent doesn't draw it. And they're done. Alright, maybe we got a bit lucky there. I think you deserve one more. I think you deserve a bonus game. I'm having so much fun. Let's do bonus game. Alright, you'll notice one thing about this deck. Doesn't really use the extra deck very much at all. So if you want to play that Link Festival, you could just play basically no monsters in your extra deck. You could just play this. And I think this would be pretty strong versus Link decks. Especially with the searchable effect that prevents them from using the extra monster zone if you destroy a Link monster. Opponent gonna Ash Blossom. Negate the effect of our Ice Barrier. That's okay. We got Fish Sonar. New card from the new pack. Gonna just search that Ocean Dragon Lord. Activate Umi, make his level 4. Normal summon him. Activate the effect. Get a Rage of Kyorushin. Now, I don't know if Rage of Kyorushin is the best card to pull on an empty board like this. I think it's probably Sea Stealth Attack. Opponent gonna set you back row. Pass to us. Alright, well, no need to mess around. Let's activate the effect of the Ocean Dragon Lord. Opponent negating with another Ash Blossom. That's a-okay. We're not gonna trigger any effects here. We don't want to get Lava Golem. Let's just attack our opponent directly. We got another Ocean Dragon Lord in hand. If our opponent makes a board, we can special summon it. We got Max C. If our opponent starts summoning like crazy. Opponent gonna activate Imperm here. Activate on Exosister Vadis. Let's Max C. They're gonna start special summoning. Let's get drawing cards. Opponent summoning 2 Exosisters. Summoning another Exosister. Special summoning Exosister Caspatel. We draw Doom Kraken. That is relevant. Opponent activate an effect. If Umi's on the field, target a water monster you control and a monster your opponent controls. Special summon this from your hand. Return that monster to the hand. And if you do, destroy that monster. Now, we probably should have activated Rage of Kyorushin first, because once we remove our Ocean Dragon Lord from the field with the effect of Doom Kraken, our Rage Accuration will not be activatable because we don't have a monster whose original level is 5 or higher. So probably a bit of a misplay here, but we're still learning. We're learning the deck. Opponent gonna max C. They'll get to draw 1 card off this. That's okay. Their monster's getting popped. We're definitely gonna live for another turn here. Exo Sister's not an OTK deck. Opponent summoning more Exo Sisters. Giving us more cards. They're still under max C here. Going at Mikalis. Activating the effect. Banishing our Doom Kraken. That's okay. Adding an Exo Sister spell to hand. Activating. In their Imperm column. Bit awkward opponent. They're going to use Lord of the Heavenly Prison here to protect their face down back row. That's alright with me. We got quite the hand from that. From that max C. Let's start by popping his Exo Sister before we send anything to the graveyard. Opponent going to special summon Lord of the Heavenly Prison. You know what? Go ahead, opponent. That is the last monster you're ever going to summon. Let's activate the effect of Ocean Dragon Lord. Get that Sea Stealth attack. Set. Activate Fish Sonar. Get that Mega Fortress Whale. Let's use the effect of the Ice Jade Chamora. Special summon the Fortress Whale. We could have summoned that Ocean Dragon Lord as well, but no need to use all our resources when we don't need to. Let's activate Foolish Barragoods. Send an Ice Bear to graveyard so we can search for a monster if we need to. And opponent is not looking hot here. Probably should have summoned that Ocean Dragon Lord. Would have had lethal if we attacked. But opponent is done. We got him. Alright. Let's check out the deck list. Alright, well, this deck is sweet. I'm having a great time with it. Let me know if there's any text I should add to make the deck a bit better. Especially the extra deck. I don't think you saw me summon a single monster from the extra deck in this entire gameplay video. So, extra deck not doing a lot. If there's some better monsters I could be including in the extra deck, just let me know. Hopefully, I'll play this deck again. Hopefully, we'll get to use it. I think there was an opportunity to summon a Nash Knight at one point, so threw that in here. Got Nash Knight, got CXIZ Nash Knight, got a number 103 to use for these effects. I think this should be pretty sweet, so let me know if you try this deck out, how you like it, and I'll be back tomorrow with more gameplay videos. Have a good night.